Labor and Industrial Law by M.G. Law. So now under Industrial Disputes Act 1947, we will study Objects of Industrial Disputes Act on page number 15. Objects of Industrial Disputes Act means objects or objectives. Okay, what are the objectives of Industrial Disputes Act? The Supreme Court had laid down the objects of Industrial Disputes Act in Workmen of Dimakuchi Tea Estate versus Management of Dimakuchi Tea Estate case. Okay, in this case, the Supreme Court had laid down the objects or objectives of the Industrial Disputes Act. So what are these objects? These objects are promotion of measures for securing amity and good relation between employer and workman. So the measures which secure the amity and good relation between employer and workman, these type of measures should be promoted. Next is investigation and settlement of industrial disputes between employers and workmen, employers and employers, and workmen and workmen. Okay, if there is a industrial dispute between employer workmen, employer and or employer workmen and workmen, then that type of dispute should be investigated and settled with a right of representation by the registered trade union or federation of trade unions or association of employers or federation of association of employers. So these bodies should be given the representation. Next objective of Industrial Dispute Act is to prevent illegal strikes and lockouts, means prevention of illegal strikes and lockouts. So illegal strikes and lockouts should not happen. This is the objective of Industrial Dispute Act. Next objective, relief to workmen in the matter of layoff, retrenchment or closure of undertaking. If a workman is laid off, okay, in that matter how relief should be given to the workman. If there is retrenchment of workmen, then how relief should be given, or if there is a closure of the undertaking of the industry or the factory, then how the relief can be given to the workmen. This is also an objective of the Industrial Disputes Act. Next, an important objective is collective bargaining. Okay, collective bargaining should be promoted so that there is the condition of strike or lockout doesn't arise. Before that only the dispute should be resolved. So these are the objectives of Industrial Disputes Act. Let's have a quick summary. Supreme Court laid down these objects in Workmen of Dimakuchi Tea Estate versus Management of Dimakuchi Tea Estate. What were these objects? These were promotion of measures for securing amity and good relation between employer and workmen. Second was investigation and settlement of industrial disputes between employers, workmen, employers, and workmen with a right of representation by registered trade union and or federation of trade unions or association of employers or federation of association of employers. Next objective was the prevention of illegal strikes and lockouts, so they doesn't happen. Next was relief to workmen in the matters of when the workman is laid off or there is condition of retrenchment or the undertaking of or industry or factory is closed, there is closure of undertaking. Next objectives was to have collective bargaining, to promote collective bargaining so that the situation of strike or lockout doesn't arise. Okay, so these were the objects. Okay, if you want to have the PDF of these notes for revision, you can get from the description or comment box. Next topic we will cover is main features of Industrial Disputes Act, which we will cover in next video.